So as I was saying, working on designing a different type of controller to give the kickstart to the generator right here. Okay, so with a resistor divider network, it's gonna feed back to negative input of the amplifier, op amp, which then drives the MOSFET. So when there's more power here, it will reduce the MOSFET to regulate, and this will adjust the balance. So basically we want to produce more power than using power to drive the generator. So the idea is just to take the startup resistance tension off. And anyway, so I'll develop that and then I'll do the demo of that. Okay, so here's the block diagram of the whole system. So as you can see, this is in-house, so 12-volt MPPT controller, and then 12-volt batteries, and this is in shed. So the load from the controller, 24-volt control, comes back in a house and runs a 12-volt system. The battery is obviously got the two 12-volt batteries in series. I got camera and lights, and a 12-volt system. The fan and LED lights in shed, they're on 24-volt system. I just have LEDs in series for 24 volts. Okay, so this is the new controller. Then I can have these two as two separate systems. So the 12-volt solar panels, 2 and 2 are connected in series. So it's a 24-volt in to the controller, which charges the batteries, and the load goes back to charge the 12-volt batteries inside. So then the generator, the diodes, goes in through wattmeter, out can go directly only to the grid tie, and then the system would be working separately. So this wattmeter would only record the amp hours and watt hours from the generator. Right now I have them connected together so that I can get the solar power to feed the grid tie and the MPPT, and likewise the generator Windmill to feed both. When it's really windy, I can disconnect this if I want to know just how much power was produced with the generator. And that's about it. So I'm gonna put these videos together and upload them. So that's the inverter can be connected to 120 or 240 single phase. This controller can be connected to 12-volt batteries or 24-volt. So I connect them in series to make it 24 volts, so that I would have less voltage drop and less power wasted, better efficiency. Okay, so that's about it. So I'm gonna upload, put this all together and upload it. And next time, when there's more wind, I'll do some more on the actual working. I just wanna add the microcontroller, microinverter. Okay, it's a T700, so why? And as you can see, some of the specs here. Focus. There we go. Okay, I mean, there's nothing to it really. It's a marvel of a device. But as far as hooking it up, there's not much to it. Okay, and then the charge controller. Okay. So just basic setups, battery type, load, discharge, stop, and of course this shows 12 volt. For 24 volt is basically double the voltage. As you can see over here, I marked it 27.4, 21.4, and 25.2. And that's all there is to that. Just wanted to show that as well. Okay, well, if you have any questions about anything to explain, just ask in the comments. And again, comment, like, and subscribe. That helps to the algorithm for YouTube to show it to more people. So that we share the knowledge. And you can see here, basically I'm importing the pictures from my phone using Pix. Program. This is in right there. This is in Linux. Yeah, so I just import and do not overwrite files. And then I do the same thing from the phone. And then grab all those videos, and then I use a program in sound and video. Okay, and it's the KDN Live. So then I just import all those videos into KDN Live, join them together, and make one video, upload it to YouTube. And if you want more information on any of these steps, just ask. So double click here and go to today's import, which is not finished yet. Okay, just comment and I'll make sure I cover that. Okay, all right, thanks for watching, and see you later. Yeah, so here you can see it puts everything into last imported folder, which is September 6, 23. And then you see the videos first, and than the pictures. Okay, so what I wanted to show you here is I have a video here of the HHO water bottle that I added to my HHO system in a van, so I can show that some more. Just comment, I'll upload it. Then I also, so that's still that. Then this is unpacking the solar controller and the grid tie inverter. There's the inverter, it's the solar controller that's inside of the solar controller. It's got 5 MOSFETs, handles 30 amps, so 6 amps each. Okay, that's just a picture of stuff we got today. That's a battery. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested in the hydrogen, how I tie that into my existing, then let me know. Alright, so let me upload these. So this is the 24-volt system, and it's working pretty good, as you can tell. A little bit of solar power and windmill. So here's the new controller. Batteries are not charged, and here's the new with the inverter. So this is using a lot of the power. This is coming from the generator, which is, it's turning, but it's this plus 12 volts, so that gives me up to 20 volts, so it's producing, but I saw like 8 amps. Oh! So as I was saying, this is the new 24-volt system. And what we're looking at here is the voltage, wattage, and amps coming from a few solar panels. They're connected for 24 volts in series, and we have the windmill, which right now it's not producing much. 5 volts, 17 volts, so it's barely spinning. It's not okay. So that's the battery controller. And this is the good time relay. So plus minus and the power cord. Power cord has a fuse, and it's plugged in the cord that goes back to the house. Okay. Excuse the messy wiring, but this is a work in progress. So I have 2 batteries here. They're connected in series. Okay. And then they go the controller, the 2 middle terminals, this one and this one. Okay. Here's the solar panels, and this here is the load. So the load I'm taking all the way back to the house, and I'm also running these lights off of it. Also, what I have here is off of this 12 volt battery. I'm taking out 12 volts, and that's running into the camera and the outside lights, because I don't have a 24 volt to 12 volt controller. And then of course the windmill, right now it's not even turning. There's a little bit of wind, but not enough in this location to do anything. So as far as kickstart on this thing, I have 12 volts going through a 12 volt light bulb there, so that's giving it a little juice, like there's 2.5 volts on it, so it's more ready to start. It doesn't have to overcome the startup. Okay, when it starts spinning, then of course this goes up. And as far as boost, I have a 12 volt switch on my power supply, the computer type power supply, laptop, and 12 volts, and that's connected in series with the wire that's coming from generator, and then it's going into diodes, and that's going into the meter, and after the meter I go into okay, so solar panels are right here. So solar panel output is coming in here, and ground is on the ground. Okay, this is the generator. These 2 wires, where the black and where the alligator clip is, and that's coming from all the way from the windmill. Right now I don't have the controller since I switched over to 24 volt system. I need to remake the controller for 24 volts, and I have the schematic already. I just gotta put it together. Here's the old one. Just gotta change all the resistor values and relays for 24 volts, and then I'll get back up here. So right now I just have a manual boost and kickstart. Kickstart is on the whole time. When the light is lit, that means it's not spinning, so it's giving the generator 1.3 volts right now. When it starts spinning, it will produce voltage, and that will shut the light off because it's going to be coming from the generator. And the bulb is just going from 24 volts on the battery to the bulb and directly to the positive of the generator. So it's a pretty simple system. And it's just that, and it's working pretty good. This grid tie inverter is working good. It's a 700 watt grid tie inverter, and the solar panels are 70 watts, but I only get about 25 watts out of them. They're over 10 years old, so I'll show you here just a small 320 watt and two 5 watt panels. Nothing fancy. These are just from Canadian Tire, just cheap solar panels. Got them when they're on sale. So there's a little bit wind going, but right now, okay, there. It's turbulent. It's not very steady. We were supposed to have a pretty steady wind from southwest, but it's kind of all over, and it's not moderate. It's very low, light wind speed. So anyway, that's generally the system, and the controller. You saw, I'll show you the 24 volt controller. It's in a house. So that's about it for now. It's starting to spin, but it's very low. It's barely turning. So it doesn't look like it's gonna start up yet. Yeah, when the anemometer is really turning, that's when it, and good wind. See, trees are barely moving. Out from there, the tops are going a little bit, but not enough. Yeah, and now it's stopped pretty much. So, all right. Well, when we get wind, then I'll be sure to get the readings. Right now, everything's kind of coming out the solar panels. Well, here the windmill is spinning up somewhat. 8 volts. It's not full power, but you can already see more watts. 90 watts. 4. 77 watts. Peak average. 5, 6, 4. This is all from today. Actually, not from today, just a couple hours, few hours. Because I reset it. It's on 90 watts there. definitely producing. Well, it's not charging the battery much because the inverter is taking all the power. Let's take a reading. DC. Okay, reset this. Okay, this is going right to the inverter. 3 amps on the inputs. 60 watts or so. And then we go to AC, reset it, and take a reading on the 120 volts. So 0.8 watts. So that's about 0.8 times 120. It's about 20 amps. Okay. And it's kind of overcast right now. The sun is kind of coming through the clouds. Is hazy, so it's not, so the solar panels are not really putting out maximum either. And the windmill is not spinning right now, so that means there's no wind. So anyway, okay, that's about it for now. The fan is not working right now. This my transistor here burnt out, and that's a 12 volt fan in this 24 volt system, so I'll have to put that up to the 12 volts, but I have to so this is the temperature sensor, and I just stick it to the side of the aluminum casing there, and that regulates the transistor. So I gotta go find another one. Actually I have a tip, can't remember the number, one something 100. So that's a Darlington pair, so that's gonna work again on this fan. Okay, let's go back in. So then down here, the 24 volts out, the load from the 24 volt controller comes out through these wires, which is the old telephone cable system. Comes into here, goes into this 12 volt regulator controller, solar controller, a battery controller, and then goes and into a distribution here, which I use some 12 volt system, 12 volt devices through the telephone system wiring. Okay, I have a couple backup adapters here in case there is no wind or solar, to keep the two batteries that are 12 volt system connected in parallel. So we have a controller there for two batteries, and we have a whole distribution system here using the existing telephone wires. Okay, and I power up devices from this 12 volts, like the modem and router upstairs, and charging phones and things like that. Alright, that's it. So then here's the controller that's it's marked up for the 24 volt system. Okay, so all the red 24 circled is for 24 volt system, so all the resistors